Oh, I wonder how long this thing been muted. Because it wasn't muted. It was playing. Oh my goodness. I think it was probably muted during the whole segment. Thank you for letting me know. Oh shoot. I think it was probably muted the whole time. So I'm gonna have to repeat. Oh shoot. Dang. I hope I don't have to repeat. Man, if I have to repeat, I'm gonna be hot. Like a hot pocket. But so let me kind of go back. Let me backtrack a little bit. Okay, so what I'm talking about is the press is our is black history, present and future. And so my assumption is I probably was muted this whole time. Now you can hear me. Thank you, love. I really appreciate you telling me that because I didn't know I was muted. That's probably why I want to. Let me see. Okay, I may have to end up doing this segment again. If so, I'm gonna do it again. But I was saying that we as melanin people, we are too vulnerable of group of people to be fighting each other over BS. We should be able to have intellectual dialogue. And when I say intellectual dialogue, there's so much stuff that we need to be talking about. We can't be worrying about celebrities and what Cardi B doing and what Beyonce doing, what young NBA doing, all these people. We don't have time to be worried about their lives. We got too much stuff that we need to be getting together in our own lives right now. All right. And since I was muted all this time, I'm going to try to, I probably just start over because I'm already in an hour, but I'm going to try to just cover what I was saying. Okay, so what I was saying is that if we're not careful, we can find ourselves repeating some of the same things that our ancestors went through back during slavery, because you got to understand about the three branches of the government. There's the legislative group that is part the legislative, which is Congress and the House of Representatives and the House of the Senate. Okay, that's one branch. The second branch is the executive branch. They are the ones that, you know, that's has the president, the vice president, um, and they create these laws and stuff and these orders. Then you have the third branch, which is the judicial branch. The judicial branch is the Supreme Court. They're the ones that evaluate laws. They're the ones that can change laws. They're the ones that can approve if something is is acceptable as a law and what is it. And the thing about it is the people that are in these positions that make these have these calls and make and have these shots make these shots are racist. You look at the White House, you don't hardly see us in the White House. You don't hardly see any of us in the White House. If we do, we don't really have we may speak up, but they don't pay us any attention. You know? Excuse me. Then you have, okay, I'll give an example of how they could change the law. Remember the lady um who took her case to the Supreme Court because her job wouldn't hire her because she would cut off her dreadlocks? Because the judge, a Supreme Court judge who is racist and does not like dreadlocks and feel that it's not her personal taste, said that she had to cut her hair, that the company had the right to tell her to cut her hair as part of its dress code because they don't like dreadlocks. Are you kidding me? These are the kind of people we have in office running this country. These are the people. Thank you. Allergies, honey. Woo. These are the people who are dictating what we can do and what we can't do, what we are worth, what we're not worthy of. These are the people that carries on that legacy of the people who enslaved our ancestors, okay? And whether they were indigenous or brought from another country, okay? Brought from Africa. So these are the people that are in office, and these are the people who feel that they have the right to tell us what we can and cannot do while they live a comfortable life and can afford all kind of health and dental, good health and dental medical insurance, they tell us that we can't, even though they're living like that off our tax dollars, and we're the one that's supporting them and paying for them to be able to live in those 500,000 homes, and we can barely afford a house that's $50,000. We don't even make that a year. You see what I'm saying? So we got to understand the psychology and how this works. We got to, as melanin people, we have to support melanin businesses. I have a friend, she a new client. She's actually a client of mine. She just became a new client for my brand. I'm gonna be her brand ambassador. And she deals with she found out about this melanin owned produce company that has, vegetables and fruits, and she getting her fruits and vegetables from them, and she's going to be selling them in her wholesale warehouse. She has a wholesale warehouse. So we need to be supporting people like that. The Black Bread Company, I just ordered like 8 loaves of bread because their loaves of bread is the same price as Sara Lee and Nature's Own. I rather support the melanin people. They're owned by two young melanin men, and they decided to take their money, put it together, and start their own bread company. There's things that we can do to support our own economy, because the economy that's existing now is not our economy. It's not for our best interest. Look at these jobs. All of these corporate American companies and all these high, million dollar, billion dollar industries and companies, you don't hardly see us in those positions, those leadership positions. And we don't even be on the high end entry level positions. We're going to be the cashiers, we're going to be the janitors, we're going to be the receptionists, maybe. But as far as being a senior executive, a CEO, a partner, a vice president, president, owner, no, we're not, because it was already set and designed to give us a economical disadvantage and an educational disadvantage, um, ownership disadvantage of property. So yes, we have to support each other. We have to learn to communicate and stop being so offensive, and being so. If somebody disagree with you, you get upset when it cuts them out, call them out kind of name. Some even pulling out guns now. What you say? Oh, I didn't like you disagree with me, and shoot him. Oh, you looked at me funny, shoot him. Oh, you go in and you got that race before I did. Okay, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna shoot you because you advancing in your life and in your endeavors and career, and I'm still trying to get where I want to go. Or even when they already there, well, shoot, I don't want you to grow and elevate like I have, so I'm gonna kill you. Why? We cannot afford to lose each other. We can't afford to lose any members. We already have enough after us as it is. We have enough enemies as it is for us to be turned against each other and being each other enemies. From the melanin men who likes to curse out melanin women and mistreat melanin women because they don't give it to your advances and stuff. We don't have to. It's a choice. We don't have to. Just like you have, and you know what? And I'm going to say this: the only group of men that I have ever heard, especially all the time and on a regular basis, that is always talking about, oh, well, she got to have money, or we got to do 50, 50, 50. It's melanin men. I don't hear that from white men. I don't hear that from Hispanic men. I don't hear it from Asian men. And I'm not talking about the ones that's trying to be thug and gangster and stuff. I'm not talking about them with that kind of mentality. I'm talking about the ones that are really family oriented, the ones that have structure in their lives, the one that has a true foundation in their lives. They don't say stupid stuff like that because they understand that the dynamics in the way society has structured, the man is supposed to be the breadwinner. They don't mind their woman having their wife, significant other having a career. They would support it and they won't be intimidated by it or anything. But they don't go around making no demands saying, oh, well, what you bring to the table or this, that. Now, I will say with these females, a lot of these millennium females that being gold diggers and stuff, because you guys keep flaunting it. Women flood some of these millennium, they flooding their bodies. They flooding their bodies. Y'all baiting, some of you men, y'all baiting, okay? When y'all flaunt y'all cars and y'all diamonds and y'all money, y'all baiting. You're trying to pull her in, pulling these women, bait them. So don't get upset when she's only coming after you when you after your assets when you're going after her assets. Because if she didn't have that body and she didn't look good like that to you, you wouldn't even be trying to pursue her. So now why are you upset that she's doing you the same way? And same thing, women, don't get mad at him when he's doing you the same way. If you're going after him, after what he has materialistically and monetarily, don't get sad, upset when he come after you for what you have physically. Because both of y'all minds are all messed up. It's not nothing wrong with wanting somebody who has nice things or that established, and there's nothing wrong with men with wanting a woman who has a nice body and all that stuff look good to you. You know, you want to be attracted to who you with, but don't make that the foundations and the basis of why you been with a person or want to talk to a person. Hi Sean. What on, man? How are you? Thanks for watching. Don't get upset because y'all both are parading yourselves. Y'all parading y'all assets and what you feel is valuable to you or what you feel is going to lure your bait in. So y'all both wrong. Point blank, period. But we don't have time for that petty ass stuff. We got so much things that's going on right now that is really trying to literally cripple us. Y'all don't even okay. I want you guys just it like for me, I watch I'm I'm signed up where when they do these virtual meetings, public virtual meetings from the White House, you can sign up for it. They'll see your newsletter, you know, email, you know, you subscribe, you'll get an email when they're going to be having these meetings. You guys need to hear the stuff that they be damn saying. Only if you all knew, as melanin people in a whole, if we knew the plot that everything that they're strategizing to try to cripple us and keep us solely dependent on them, their businesses, you know, their money, because it's not our money, it's their money because we keep giving it to them. Instead of enriching our own communities, we're enriching theirs, and and they're loving it. Okay, we got the same tenacity and energy that we take to support them. We need to take that same energy to support, you know, each other. So it's just so much stuff that's going on. I can't even fit it in here. But I will say we got to stop being so mean to each other too, Melanie. People, why are we so mad at each other? Why lashing out at each other over stupid stuff? You know, I hear women in the grocery store cursing at their children, cursing at their men. Why are you cursing at your children and your men? And then tell your daughter when she gets of age, you get older, she want to curse you out, and see, you know, she knocked up and pregnant and stuff because you sit up there and you don't carry that torch and you pass it to her. That behavior, you're creating the behavior in her that you said you don't like. The same thing that you don't like about her is what you're seeing in yourself. Even with these absentee fathers, why are you abandoning your children? And I have to say, I worked in family children court. Okay, I worked in family children court, juvenile court, and I have to say, in different states. Okay, and it's the same thing. It's always so many absentee melanin fathers, always. And I don't understand, why are you leaving your children when you laid up with that woman without using any kind of protection? I don't care if she says she's on birth control. You have a responsibility, an obligation to control your own fertility, just like she have an obligation to control her own fertility. Because these children can't go on the shelves and they can't feed themselves, okay, when they're babies like that. So, man, there's just so much I can say about that. Priorities in the wrong freaking place, but you want to be so quick to snap off and pop off on everybody else, but you won't talk to your supervisor like that. Your supervisor can say something that you don't like. You ain't gonna curse your supervisor out, you know, whether male or female. And this goes for melanin men and melanin women who does this crap, because we have seen that. I worked in pretty much every industry there is, from fast food, retail, warehouse, manufactories, you know, chemical plants. And I see it, we have seen this, and I've lived in 6 different states, and I've seen this every state I go, where melanated people will sit up there and talk to each other like dogs, but that supervisor can disrespect you, embarrass you in front of your coworkers and everything, and you won't say a mumbling word to them, not directly to them. You'll say it to your coworkers, or you'll get on it on your mobile device and text somebody. You may even vent out on TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, but you won't dare say those things to your supervisor. So why you are so comfortable cursing me out because I'm a melanin person, but you won't go off on that supervisor who is racist towards you and racist and shows it, but you won't curse them out unless they're melanin. If they're another melanin person, yeah, you'll curse them out, because we have this tendency where we feel so comfortable that we can just talk to each other any kind of way, and it's okay, that we're supposed to just accept it. No, you don't accept it. Stop normalizing irrational, stupid, idiotic behaviors and disrespectful behaviors. It is not normal. You be conditioned society with all of their systematic, injustices that they have set in place, has conditioned so many melanin people to accept that kind of behavior, that they have become immune to it and conditioned to accept it, and they think it's cool and it's cute and it's normal. You'll have a woman cursing their children out in the store, and you'll have people pulling out their phone, recording their life and thinking it's cute and funny, instead of saying, dang, I hope that child doesn't suffer from psychological or mental issues because her mom or her dad is sitting up here cursing her out and tearing her down in front of people in the store, just because she came and asked if she could have a pack of Starburst, or if she can have some honey bun, or if she can have this shirt in the store. Why you gotta curse your child out? You can be like, no, not right now. I don't have it in the budget. Why you can't just say it nicely? Why you have to curse the child out? Go put that effing shirt back. Don't be bringing me ish. Didn't I tell you don't touch ish? Don't ask me for ish and all. That's not cute. It's not. Why are you carry on that kind of foolery and teaching it and embedding it into your child's head and spirit, that that's how he or she should behave and act and conduct themselves towards other melanin people? And why? I don't understand it. It's stupid. So now they'll create this dynamic of poisonous and idiotic behaviors and trying to normalize it. It's not normal. It is not normal. It is conditioning, that you have been conditioned to feel that it's okay and that it's normal. You've normalized something that should never be normalized. Being abusive to your child in any kind of way, especially verbally tear your child's spirit down, and even physically and sexually, none of it is okay. None of it. But you're comfortable with it. You got to really check yourself, check your psyche, why you feel so comfortable doing that. Oh, well, that's just the way we talk. We black. That's just the way we talk to each other. No, you're not going to talk to my child like that. You're not going to talk to me that way. I don't have to tolerate it. And I'm not going to tolerate it. I just don't get it. But all of that anger and all of that frustration, a lot of melanin people won't use it to build up their communities and stuff, but we don't have communities. We live in them. We don't own no dang old community. Show me any community or neighborhood where melanin people own it, where all of the homes are built on land that belongs to melanin people. All of the stores and the warehouses and car dealerships and the banks, all whatever, the highways, everything is built on the property that was bought and owned by melanin people. Show me that. We don't have it. Not here in America, not in the US of A. We don't have it. We don't have communities. We don't have schools built on our land, schools that we own. Just because some schools are named after melanin people, civil activists, doesn't mean that we own those schools. We don't own them. We didn't build them. We didn't design them. You know, I don't even understand why. Let me make sure. Hold on for a minute. Let me see. Okay. I don't even understand why these contractors, melanin owned contractors and um, property management companies, the construction companies don't come together and purchase land and build communities on it, build some townhouses on it, build, California style um, homes on them. Hey, it's my rabbit. Miss, say hi. Say hi. Say hello. Say hello, everybody. Yeah, but it's just crazy. Like, we have to do better collectively. We can't even disagree with each other without it turning into something hostile and wanting to shoot and kill, getting upset, don't want to. Okay, you decided you want to mess up your life. You decide you want to be a gang bang, a thug. You suppose, okay, you such a thug. This your block, this your neighborhood. Well, where's the street name? Where's the community centers in your name and on the land that you bought in this community and stuff? Why this community is the name after your family or after you have your last name or whatever? Why what block? This your block? You own all the houses on the block. You pay for all these homes, right? So all these people living in these homes on this block and all these stores and built, they rented it from you. They're renting from you. That's what it is. Whatever. You ain't got no block. You ain't got no house. You got nothing. Most of these Southern Cal gay babies don't even own a house. They don't even have an apartment. Like, how you sit up here trying to claim something, a community or a block, and you don't even own nothing on that block. You don't own nothing. You probably even own the kicks that you sport, and probably your brothers, your uncles, or somebody in your family. You know, whatever. Flexing. And then you got, okay, I'm gonna give you guys this example, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Because I didn't know it was meeting. So I was I went and I inquired about a building that I see in a neighborhood that was pretty nice. It was a low to middle income neighborhood. It was clean, nice. The residents kept of the neighborhood. It was mostly like um people that's in there like about 35, 40 years of age, not too many children in it, But anyway, when I was inquiring, I was getting runarounds. The real estate agent didn't want to sell it to me. Um, the city, when I had wanted them to come out and do the inspection and stuff like that, I went through to get them to see they could, sell the building because if they didn't actually buy it direct from the city, just find out how long it's been sitting there. And but anyway, long story short, they didn't want to sell it to me because they said they didn't want a convenience store there because they had it. That's the reason why it was closed. Is the last convenience store the last owner did take care of the property, and people started stealing their property out of the convenience store. And they didn't, and it was bringing crime into the area. They didn't want that, so I was like, okay, whatever. That's what cops are for. You get with your community activists and you get with your leaders of that county and of that jurisdiction and y'all rectify it. That's what you do. You make them work because they just want to collect money and stuff and from us as taxpayers, and we're paying them to be lazy and to be discriminatory towards us. No, we're not going to do that. But anyway, 8 months down the road, guess what? The store has been not just and they said they didn't want alcohol to be sold out of the store. They didn't want like it to be a typical melanin neighborhood where they said black neighborhood, predominantly black neighborhood where there's a liquor store almost on every corner and a check casher place. So I'm like, okay, whatever. 8 months down the road, guess what? It was a I won't say they're non-melanin because some of them do not consider themselves black or melanin. They're from a country in the nation in continental Africa, and they always have convenience stores pretty much in every predominantly melanin. community. So I'll just leave it at that, community and neighborhood. Y'all can figure it out, those who are melon. Um, but they open it, they let them open it up, and they had half of the side, one side of it, they converted it and made it to a liquor store, and then the other one was a convenience store, but they didn't want to sell it to me. That's because they looked at me as as they say, they don't like black African Americans. You know, it don't matter what your skin, what if you were born and raised in America, and if your dialect to them isn't strong enough, they was like, you know, some people they can pick it up, some people can't. It all depends, because I do. They say I speak real proper, but I have a speech impediment problem too. Ever since I was in a car accident, I started noticing us, I may start having a speech impediment problem because certain things got damaged when I was in a car accident. Like my cognitive, I have cognitive issues and stuff, so it affects my speech. But anyway, um, they I, they when they see you and list you as a Black American, they don't want to give you anything. They don't want you to open up stores in predominantly melanin communities and stuff. You have to really go through a lot just to open up a business in your own community when it's not a barber shop, or if it's not or a hair salon. They see like they just have certain things that they want you to open up. If you want to get, they'll let you get a tax preparation place. They'll allow you to um, get a community, not even a community center, but a recreational center to a degree. They allow you to get a clothing store, but they don't want you to get a convenience store, because they feel like if you're melanin, African American, melanin, that you're not going to be able to maintain the store, that is going to create crime. When, if you think about it, we hardly own any of these convenience stores and liquor stores where there's high crime. We don't own them. So what are they talking about? But that's what I'm saying. Like, they do stuff to try to hinder us and keep us from growing. So we have to grow together, and we can't be fighting each other over stupid stuff. Okay, stop fighting each other over stupid stuff. You know, um, guys, as a melanin woman, um, we are really the most vulnerable. Yes, melanin guys, you guys do, y'all are more targeted by law enforcement, but we're more targeted than any group of people in the world. We're targeted by and disrespected by, sadly, a lot of melanin men. We're targeted and disrespected by non-melanin groups of people. Even when we get jobs, we don't get the same pay as the white or the Asian or the Hispanic. We don't get the equal pay or the same pay. We get paid less. We get sexual harassed most on the job more than any group of people on jobs and stuff. Now, it all depends. Now, if this is a corporate, depending on the dynamics of the corporate, as far as the groups of people they have, white women do get harassed a lot. We have seen that. European women, white women, Brazilian women, I've seen them and Hispanic, I've seen them get harassed a lot with corporate jobs. And this is corporate jobs that I worked for, big banks and stuff. I'm not going to name those banks, but there was two banks that I worked for, and I saw the white women and the Hispanic women, the Asian, not I mean not the Asian, but the Brazilian women's and European women get sexual harassed a lot by these big CEOs and corporate giants and stuff. But we get harassed, sexual harassed a lot on jobs, especially if we work in the food industry, we work retail, work in manufacturing and factories. Even when we go to corporate, and we'll get harassed and get cussed out and called all kind of degrading names if we don't give into advances. And that's just crazy that we have to go through that. And another thing that we notice, um, the difference, and this isn't too bashing, but I'm not generalizing. If you're guilty of it, it'll offend you. But if you're not guilty of it, it shouldn't offend you. Because obviously you they talked about you, but we will say that may have, as a melanin woman, has worked, who has worked in family, in juvenile court, um, in two different states. Melanin women are the most disrespected women in the world. Um, they're left alone, abandoned. The children are abandoned. The melanin men will abandon them, leave out the home, would go cheat quick, in a hurry, without no qualms, no, not caring about what, how he make the woman feel about it, not caring. And this has been a repetitive issue that I've seen and problem. And I don't understand why melanin men want to hurt melanin women. And for melanin women who talk mean and nasty to melanin men for no reason, why do you want to tear him down? We are already, we have already been placed in a position where we are, where our, for our spirit to be broken as it is, right? So why would we then want to take this weapon and use it to tear each other down? Why? They have heard women curse their significant other out in the stores, talk to him like a dog, even in restaurants. I'm like, why? And be loud with it. Like, okay, it's one thing if you go to him and you quiet about it, but you make sure everybody hear you and you talking to him like he's nothing. Then he be disrespectful to you and call you all kind of derogatory names. Now you want everybody to feel sorry for you, but you just dog this man out for no reason, you know? So either way, both, on both sides, the disrespect is just in different ways. But nevertheless, it's disrespectful. And we got to stop doing that to each other. Okay. And fathers, place those who are leaving their children, men who like to procreate but like to abandon their responsibilities, please stop doing that. Put on a condom. Women, and control your fertility. It's his job and your job, both parties' job, to control your fertility. Stop having all these dang on freaking children. And then, if you're not going to be marrying a woman, stop trying to procreate with her so much. And women, if he's not willing to marry you and treat you right, don't be procreating with him. Stop. Control your dang on freaking fertility, because all that doing is putting more stress and strain on you as melanin people. As melanin people, children are not free. Them little rocks cost a lot of money. Don't be a little pike size. They're so cute though, but they're not baby dolls. As adorable as they are, they're not baby dolls. They poop, crap, piss, cry, belch, want to eat. Then they grow out of clothes so fast. By the time you blink your eye, they in another size, and then next thing you know, they in a T1, T1T, 2T, 3T. You're like, dang on, I just bought this outfit. Now you can't even wear it. They're not cheap. So stop procreating, and then leaning on taxpayers to help put that bill. Don't do that. Stop creating dysfunctionality before it even starts. Don't bring your child, if you're going to procreate, don't bring your child into a dysfunctional environment. And that means even with the way you talk to your children, even if you don't like nobody cursing you out, then don't curse out your children. You don't like nobody talking to you harsh and rough, don't tell your children like, oh, well, that's because that's just the way society is, and we don't want my child to be soft and be weak and stuff. So you're going to take it upon yourself to beat your child down and tear your child's spirit down and talk to them like they're nothing, thinking that's going to make them talk. But you know, a lot of children who have been raised like that, I mean, no, they don't just turn out to be worse, but they are very, they don't have no empathy. You know, they don't understand empathy. They don't know how to be empathetic. It's like they don't care. They be kind of cold hearted. Like they have to grow up and go through certain things or go through a certain phase in order for them to be like, but if they're not raised in empathy and understanding and compassion, they're not going to understand what that is. You know, you can teach your child how to be tough without cursing them out and talking to them like they're a dog. You know, you don't have to talk to them so harsh and so mean and cruel. You don't talk to your supervisor like that. Why would you talk to them like that? I'm just saying, you know. But yeah, we have to do better. Hey, please support melanin people. Let's support each other. Let's get our own. Let's build our own economy. While we keep spending money making those rich who don't care for us, they tolerate us because we are the ones that's helping them live their lavish and luxurious lifestyle. I be watching um these homes. I watch a lot of homes and stuff. I like to watch YouTube channels about the different homes, and these people be owning like 100+ million dollar homes, $300 million. So they're not no sport player, no NBA or NFL player, no soccer player, MLB players, none of that. These are CEOs, executives. These are people in these high positions. And guess what? Majority of them do not look anything like us. So we're making them rich. We've been constantly making them not rich, wealthy. Okay. Let's make ourselves wealthy. Let's build ourselves up, build each other up. Let's get our manufacturers started so we can start producing our own stuff, our own soaps, diapers, toothpaste, and everything. It's good that we can create them, but we still have to rely on their manufacturers to produce them. Let's create our own stuff. Okay, we can do it, and I know we can do it. So this is going to conclude my session of Black History, past. I mean, Black History, present, and future. Because right now it's a good time for us to unite forces and support each other and build each other up. Especially with this, with things being the way it is, let's just spend money on each other businesses, and let the others be. And I don't say that to be discriminatory or anything like that, but every other group of people have more of has a greater advantage over us than we have. So in this economy, with the economical inequality that that we have in this country, inequality, sorry, that we have in this country. So in order for us to be able to compete and for us to be able to support, because remember we did it before, Black Wall Street, and these are different. I'm quite sure we'll still, but I'm quite sure we're not going to have planes coming over that the government allowed and gave and let the KKKs and white supremacists get and come and bomb our communities. I'm quite sure we're not going to have to deal with that, you know. But we still going to have to fight. But we can police our own communities. You see, that's the best thing about having your own community. We can have our own police force. Okay, we can have our own police stations and police force, our own jail. We police our own community. Come on, guys. Like, what are y'all doing? Stop fighting over stupid stuff and killing each other. Take all that rage, all that passion, all that anger, and put it into education. Educate yourself, because how are you going to know what to fight if you're not educated to know what you're up against? Let's do this. All right. We could do it. We could do it, right? Okay. Have faith and confidence in y'all. Don't make me come hunt you down. I'll hunt you down. I'll hunt you down. All right. God bless, one love, peace, and I'm out like a light. Thank you, peace, love, blessings, and make sure you go to my website and support my Gloves On campaign. I'm advocating for those battling chronic illnesses, diseases, and disabilities that as me. So let's go ahead and sign that petition. It's free. It only takes about 5 seconds for you to sign it. That's all I do. You don't have to donate no money or anything unless you just want to. There's an option for that on the website as well if you want to, but do not make a donation to change.org if you do. Just use the PayPal that's on there or Cash App, because they steal my money. I'm doing a settlement now. They're going to settle out of court because they don't want this to go national on news. All right. But anyway, y'all take care again. Y'all have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'm going to be out like a light. Hey, out like a light. Say what? Out. What?